Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame. Okay, I'm trying to get my life together because the most just happened. Yeah. And I know I still look rough, like eyebrows are not done, hair is not done. I'll be doing all that stuff between Monday and Wednesday, so just ignore all that. Just try to keep up with me with what has gone on this recap that I'm gonna give y'all of what happened on the first part of Ready to Love, their reunion special. Lord, y'all. Okay, so it came on, and basically they were talking about how Darren and Ashima are still, together and working on things. His father is doing well. He's gotten out of rehab. He's back home, and he's, on an amazing path to recovery, full recovery. And, they just seem to be doing well. She has compromised on the dog situation, and that was like one of the first things they made a point to say, because we all know, like, if you ain't here for dogs and you get with somebody who really is into animals, then that's probably not going to work out too well, especially if they are not willing to put them up and all this other stuff. Y'all, so, they seem to be doing well. I'm here for it. I'm glad. You know what I'm saying? I've had my reservations because they both basically, for the most part, put all their eggs in one basket. And you know how that can go, as you've seen other people on this show do it, and they ended up coming out of it empty-handed. Okay, y'all. So then they start talking about Nina. And Nina is tearing up and about to cry this whole time when they're doing a segment on her. And apparently there was never before seen footage of Nina and Terrell. Y'all remember Terrell was the dude who looks like a watered down version of Kenan Thompson, or like his little brother or whatever. And they had never before, seen footage of the two of them going out on a date. I guess they didn't feel like it was, amazing enough to be on the show when it actually aired, but they actually showed like a little clip of it. And he had the nerve to say that, that was like the best day he ever had while he was on this show. And he did like he always does, which is he produces a gift. He gave her some random little bracelet, and I laughed. And of course she appreciated it, because Nina just seems like one of those people who, no matter how trash a person has been presenting themselves to be, and their actions, especially when other people have already specified that this is something that he does, she lived for it. And I'm just like, girl, why are you living for him giving you that? But whatever, y'all, that's beside the point. So it gets to a point where everybody is talking to her, and they're like, we already knew that you weren't ready to love. And that's crazy that like other castmates, the men and the women, like whether they were interested in her or not, and whether or not they were forging any type of relationship with her, because as you know, a lot of the ladies are actually pretty cool with one another and friends, and they talk on the regular. No matter what the situation was, everybody like saw that she really wasn't 100% in. Her head was not 100% in the game. And like various people spoke up and were like, we could tell that you weren't, all the way here, and that you have obviously dealt with something that has happened in your past that is triggering the way that you react to people, and your walls are very much so up. So, we could already tell that you were not ready to love. So, she would get in her feelings and she'd be about to tear up again, y'all. Okay, cool. Y'all. So Tommy is like, he trying to play matchmaker with Nina and Terrell and want to know if they are, interested in one another. And she was like, I'm very much so interested in him. And he was talking about how he was interested in her. And she was just like, look, my walls are up. And if anybody wants to be with me or wants any type of situation with me, whether it can eventually lead up to something, they're going to have to be patient. And so Tommy asked Terrell if he was willing to be patient, like if he can be patient with her, dealing with everything that she has going on. And he said, yeah, I believe I can be patient. And so they ended up, linking up, and they hugged it out. And I was just like, I'm not here for it, y'all. After I saw how Terrell acted before, I'm not here for it. And, you know, I myself could tell that Nina was hurt. And it's like a lot of the things that she shared with people who she had never even really had any dates with. Like she was saying on the first date, you could just tell how hurt she was. So, I mean, that was very apparent anyway. But yeah, they gonna try to work it out. And she made a point to wear the bracelet that he had gotten for her and wore it, and it clashed with her dress. And I was just like, okay, girl. So she's like very interested, and I guess they're gonna go out and do whatever they're gonna do, and hopefully somebody will give us updates, because a lot of things been going down, y'all. A lot has been going down with some of these couples, and we gonna get to that. But yeah, I'm not here for it. I'm not here for their union or whatever, but we'll see. We'll see how that go. You know, I ain't nobody. I'm just telling y'all what I'm seeing, as I've, you know, told y'all about other things that I've seen and it's come to pass. But we'll get into all that in a few minutes. Anyway, y'all, moving on to Jimmy, who is, you know, still trash, in my opinion. And he basically told Kimber that everything that he said, he wasn't sincere about the apology that he did try to throw her away that day when they met up, the last time they met. And he meant what he said, and he, you know, initially. And everybody was trying to understand, why is it that he feels so strongly about saying, oh, well, you say you're going to get mad. I want to see you get big mad. And he was just like, well, that's where I come from. That's the type of person I am. If you tell me, I don't care if you're my mama, my daddy, my sister, whoever. If you tell me that, I want to see it. And I'm just like, why? Like, that makes no sense. Like, it's just dumb. You're on a dating show. You're trying to find love. Why sabotage your own self when you could actually just, for real, open up to the process? It's like, as soon as something happens that you don't like, you just self-sabotage. And it's like, why? That's literally what he was doing. Y'all, I can't. So they ended up taking a break, right? And, you know, cutting to commercial, or, you know, they were about to cut the commercial, and they kind of showed some behind the scenes footage again. Y'all, Mario was complimenting Tandy, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, whatever, maybe they're doing all right. And then she was, you know, like, thank you. And, you know, he was like, yeah, it's my loss. And so she was saying something like, you know, it didn't have to be. And I'm looking like, so you ain't together? What is going on? Y'all, then they came back from the commercial break, and then they were talking to Jimmy and Kimber again, and he wanted to know if they really could get back what they once had, because they had some kind of little connection, and I ain't here for it, but whatever. And they keep saying that that ship has sailed. I digress. I'm not even finna go there. Anyway, he's trash. I don't care what nobody say. So they end up going to Nina and Tandy. When y'all remember back when they did that little peach, I forgot how they call it. They call it peach something, where they get on this thing and everybody has to pedal for a certain amount of time, and somebody turns on a motor and they actually run it the rest of the way. It's kind of like a trolley, but it's not. And it was like multiple people on there having like a big date. And that's when Tandy and Nina got into it. So they replayed that. And then they eventually went into Tandy and Reva getting into it. And I was just like, oh my gosh, why is we doing this? So the reason why they brought that up, as far as the first part with Nina and Tandy, was because remember when they had that little mixer and Chica decided to insert himself in business that had nothing to do with him? Yeah. So he spoke and he was just like, look, I was just trying to bring the women together. I heard about the situation that had gone on, and so I felt like, you know, why not help them to squash the beef? And I just didn't understand why Ashima was coming at me like the way she did. And y'all, when they played that scene again, I was just like cringe all over again. Like, he is so cringe worthy. I just don't understand. I don't understand what anybody in life has ever seen in him, because he's had relationships and he's had the audacity, gall, and to cheat on them. And it's like, you, Dusty, of all people, you had the audacity to cheat on somebody? Oh, okay. But anyway, but y'all, he was like, you know, basically like I said what I said, but it was all in the way I said it, and I apologize. So he apologized to Ashima because, as we all know, as the viewers, the situation was already going down where Ashima was kind of mediating the situation and they were talking. And then he was overhearing. And I'm just like, you overheard the situation already was going down, sir. Like, the situation had already gone down. They were already talking. They were literally in the middle of talking about everything. And you came out of nowhere like somebody called you for your services when your services were never needed in the first place. Then you're going to get mad and talk about something. If you was my woman, I'd put you, somebody to put you in your place. If I was there and your man need to put you in your place or something he was talking about, I was just like, what? Everybody is, no. Ain't nobody never really been here for him. And I was so glad when he finally went home, y'all. I was so happy. And I still stand on what I said. How you a barber? And you came on that show, toe down, you wasn't lined up, you wasn't faded up, you didn't, I was just like, how you a barber? You come on here looking raggedy. How? You look dusty. You know what I'm saying? And there are some people like that are the raggediest looking people in the world. Like, they genuinely cannot help it. But as soon as they get a haircut, they look halfway decent, and he was not one of them. Y'all excuse me. And yeah. Turn this off too, because I got all my alarms going off because I got some things I got to do today, y'all. Anyway, excuse me for that interruption. Y'all, so he apologized to Ashima for doing that, and she was like, and I apologize too because I'm aware that the way my voice is, the way that the tone in my voice can be, it probably came off in the wrong way to you when I really was being genuine. And we were already in the middle of the situation. So, and you could tell by the way she talks, it's kind of aggressive and loud and all that anyway. So, I mean, I see her point. But Chica, didn't nobody ask you? I don't know why you decided to insert yourself in the situation. Didn't nobody call you? Didn't nobody ask you? Didn't nobody send for you? Bye. Anyway, just so glad he did not make it anywhere on the show. Y'all, so they took another break and they did another behind the scenes. And they showed where Kimber went and talked to Jimmy. And so she was like, where's all this hostility? Where's this energy coming from? Like, I don't understand why you have this attitude. And so, like, he kind of broke down where he was talking about how he's, not mad at her or anything. He knows what the situation is. He said that he is used to having a woman who can calm him down and he's in his feelings. And so she was like, so are you lonely? And he was like, yeah. And, like, you could hear him, like, kind of breaking up, like he about to cry. I was like, you still trash, but I was just like, all right. Y'all, I can't do it. So then, in the other corner, they had Mario and Tandy, like, going back and forth, where Mario was like, man, leave me alone. I told you to leave me alone. Then he told her to go ahead. I cannot do it. He said, go ahead now, and walked off from her like she was mic'd and everything, right? Despite that, I feel like Tanya was being her genuine self. And she was like really trying to talk to him. He was like, man, leave me alone, man. Go ahead. When he hit that go ahead and dipped off from her, I was like, what is this about? What happened? Like, I really was like, what is going on? What happened? Y'all, I'm just like, I don't understand. Like, I really was like, excuse me? Y'all, I'm like, y'all need to hurry up and get to their segment so I can understand what's going on, because they must not be together no more, or they having a lovers quarrel, spat, and whatever else in this moment. Like, I don't understand. Y'all, so then they did like a little segment where they was talking about black men don't cheat. As you know, several of the men were on this season and had the audacity to talk about how black men don't cheat and all this other crap, which is a lie. Plenty of black men cheat. Plenty of black men believe in cheating and feel like that's their duty. They do what they want because they're a man. They can do what they want. I'm the head of my household, even though they are not the head and don't do nothing that constitutes a thing that anybody should follow this person as the lead of any household. But I digress. So then, various people were explaining what that means. And then Tommy asked people, how many of y'all have cheated? Have any of y'all cheated? So, of course, Chica raised his raggedy, dusty hand. And Jimmy said that he's cheated once. And, like, that's about it. And everybody else was trying to act like they ain't never cheat. I feel like London done cheated. I don't really care about none of the rest of them. But, yeah, I feel like London has cheated. And I feel like he is lying about certain things. But, we didn't even get to them this episode, so they might be saving some more juicy stuff for next time. But yeah, I was just like, stop, I can't. And they ended up eventually cutting the commercial again, right? And I'm just like, stop with the black men don't cheat movement. Like, stop. Just stop. Because plenty of black men cheat. All of them don't, but plenty do. Everybody cheat. I don't think it's a color thing. Any and everybody cheat. I've never physically cheated on anybody that I've been in a relationship with. I've never cheated on anybody that I've been in a physical relationship with. Y'all, I can't even talk. What in the world? Oh, no! Y'all, random stuff be happening to me. But anyway, I got distracted anyway. But being serious, I have never cheated on anybody that I have been in a relationship with. And I just hate when people want to sit up there and try to act like, oh no, these people don't cheat. And it's like, people cheat no matter what sex they are, no matter the color of their skin. People are very capable of cheating, so just cut all that out. Anyway, y'all, so the meat and potatoes of all of this is Mario and Tandy. So I'm just like, okay, what is going on? About time y'all finally get to Mario and Tandy, y'all. So they're talking to them and talking about how their connection was. Apparently, when they first got there, neither one of them was checking for one another like the first day or whatever. And then all of a sudden, a connection happened, and they kind of been on each other ever since then. Y'all, they aren't together anymore, and they've been not together for like 2 weeks. Y'all, let me calm down. So apparently, Tandy fought to keep their relationship alive, and he was just not here for it. Y'all, to make a long story short, and I feel like my eye gonna start twitching and that I'm gonna bust a blood vessel if I don't just say it and have it short and sweet, because I'm tired of my spirit and I already knew what it was gonna be. Y'all, Mario has found love, so he says, with the person who he was supposed to be with to begin with, and that's Reva. So he politely got up and went over to where Reva was. Tandy didn't know nothing about all of this, y'all. And then before that bomb dropped, they were discussing, friend, associate, all that stuff that happened before. And y'all, Reva is still lying. I feel like she lying, especially given the responses that just happened for real on this episode. Like, for real, a lot of clarity happened. This heifer said, we are only associates. We ain't never been friends. We don't talk on the phone. We don't go out. And so Tandy was like, oh, we don't go out. So I don't understand. We are in pictures together. And so she was like, well, that's just because we were already out. And so apparently they had met up before. She has asked Tandy to go out of the country with her before. Like, I'm not asking a random associate to go out of the country with me. I'm not about to say, hey, I'm having an event, I have a charity or whatever she said that she had going on. Our daughters are like the same age, I'm not asking nothing personal of you if we're just associates. This is gonna be clearly a hey, bye, hey girl, how you doing, bye. Like a very nonchalant, I don't care about you like that type of a situation. But you asking to go out of the country with somebody who you're just an associate with. Like, I wouldn't want you around me. I barely would want you around me in the States, let alone going out of the country with you if we ain't cool like that. But yeah, everything about what she was saying screamed, I'm a liar. So Tandy has been being truthful this whole time about what she's saying that the situation was, because she has tried to make it seem like they aren't friends when they were. And maybe Reva just wasn't being a good friend. I'm just saying her responses have given away the fact that they were friends. She's just trifling. She tried to roll up on Tandy's man at the time, and her man is now with her. And I'm just like, why? What is going on? And Tandy is taken aback. Like, Tandy is tired. Like, they are together. Like, then they kissed right. And so Tandy to set it off. She was like, how my cat taste? I said, ma'am, no. Ma'am, no. Oh, my cat taste. I was like, oh my God. Y'all, I'm so done. Like, it's a lot that's gonna go down. Y'all, I guess Hopefully it's just one more part, but I don't know. But this was the end of that episode. I hope y'all enjoyed this review, y'all. I'm tired of my spirit. I gotta get ready. I hope y'all are having a good weekend. If I don't see y'all again before the holidays hit, I hope y'all have a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, Happy Kwanzaa, all that, because I do celebrate Kwanzaa in my own special way, because there are really no Kwanzaa celebrations around here. Anyway, y'all have a good one, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.